Hello and welcome to your weekend oracle reading for April 27th and 28th, 2019. I'm Linda the Lightworker, and I'm so glad you're here. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, please email me at lindathelightworker@gmail.com, and I'll get you booked in just as soon as I can. I have some interesting cards from Food for Thought over the weekend. So this is really an invitation to think about what you want to do. I really like it. So the first card that we have that comes forward is the Finding Sanctuary card, which I love on weekends because, well, although, I work on weekends, I always have somehow. But Finding Sanctuary, this is a literal sort of term for your weekend and you finding time for you to commune with yourself and be with spirit. Or some of you might need to get to church, or your church, whatever your church is, the church at the Grand Canyon, or in nature, or on the water, or on a mountain bike, wherever your church is. What is your church? Where is your sanctuary? Where do you find your peace so that you can come back to who you are? And we also got this First Light card, which is the beginning of a new cycle card, and I wasn't really sure what this is about. And then when I threw this Two of Cups card, it made it all clear. So this card is about you connecting. Now this can either be with another person, or so some of you might have, a real connecting, spiritual connection with someone else this coming week, this weekend. Or this is about you bringing together two parts of yourself that maybe you've compartmentalized and not allowed to share it with other people. And I'll give you an example of what that might look like for myself. I, for the longest of time, have kept all of my shamanic work and all this spirit work and all of this oracle work that I do. I mean, I've been doing this for 25 years, a long time, but on the down low. I never would tell people about it because I wanted to maintain this. I kept it compartmentalized as another part of my life, right? I was meditating in the 80s. I didn't tell people I was meditating. I was just doing it. And I kept it very private because it's a big part of my life. But now, and I'll take this card for myself of integrating, like really being open to discuss this part of my life, or the goodness that I think that happens with a positive relationship with medical marijuana or plant medicines that are used for spiritual development and spiritual growth. I believe that's really important for the human race when we do it in a grounded, very safe and clear, with respect way, so that it's not causing us physical harms, and it's not about addiction, but it's about transformation, merging of these parts of ourselves together. So that's what this card is about. It's taking parts of yourself and merging them together and sharing that as you move forward. So when I asked for a little bit more clarification, Spirit brought the Love Yourself card forward. So this could be about you really loving your shadow side, or the darkness that's been come up. Some of you have had some big depression, or have been going through these massive changes with moves, graduations, new jobs, relocation. I keep hearing relocation, finishing books, like big stuff is getting married. Some of you, like really big major life events, and it can trigger all kinds of shadow stuff in us. Our pain body gets triggered, our worry, our fear, our anxiety. And by loving ourselves, by really bringing in that shadow side of ourselves and loving ourselves fully, then we're able to integrate it, and that puts you on a new path. When you're able to become fully integrated with who you are and present that to the world, I mean, you're off and running in a whole new direction. All kinds of doors are going to open for you because you're being your true, authentic self. And I understand the need for keeping things personal and private and compartmentalized, but doesn't it feel better to just be out in the open and being who you are and loving that part of yourself? That's where you got to find your sanctuary. Really take strength in your private spiritual place, and for you to get clarity on how to love yourself and to how to become fully integrated, and breathe it in with this beautiful pink loving, think of a rose quartz, breathing in the energy of that, to fully integrate all these pieces of who you are so that you can be a whole divine human being to spread joy and love throughout this world in the littlest possible ways, doing the littlest things. It doesn't have to be big grand gestures, you know. It can just be simply picking up something that fell for someone else who had their hands full, or you know, opening the door for another person, or just saying hello. Or we never know what we do to help inspire others. So if you can just be best, right? Be your best. Really try your best, but only when you feel integrated and fully loving yourself. And that's when that divine gift happens. Good stuff. It's going to be a great weekend. Be sure and take some time out to relax and take very good self-care of yourself. And as much as I love you, I hope you love you even more. Okay? All right, I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.